How's it going, everybody? My name is Dylan Arnett. This is the Faithscape podcast. We're back with episode 4. Episode 4 does kinda have a road upon it. Definitely a journey realizing the topic of today. But before we all, get into that, I would like to say thank you for viewing the podcast. I've been looking at the analytics. They're looking nice. I'm seeing people are hitting me up, telling me, great job, I'm loving it. Keep doing it. I can't wait until next week. Blah, blah, blah. And honestly, that means the world to me. Like I said in the first one, this is really meant for nothing other than me to just kind of let it all off my chest. And I think, honestly, that's for the best. That's for it to only be for that. Because I realize when I speak from the chest, there's a lot more people that are going through the same things or been through the same things. And, to, be told that, hey, I went through that same exact thing. And to hear you say it, really confirms it for me, or, thank you for the advice, or how you've been through it, and it's nice to know that I'm not alone. It's a good feeling to feel. It is. So just one more time before we get into it. Thank you for all the support, and I really appreciate it. Make sure to follow. Wait till next week's. But anyways, today I want to get into a topic that has, kind of always something I've always thought about in a way I didn't know how to get out of. And I'm still working on how to get out of it. And that is always acting to be someone you're not, or being someone you're not when you're around family, friends, work, anybody. And what I mean by that, it's pretty self-explanatory, but when you're sitting in your room and it's just you, and it's you and your thoughts, and you're watching TV, or you're doing whatever, or whatever moment you can look back on and be like, this is a moment in life where I am my full self. I am my 100% self. I am not acting whatsoever. I'm not trying to prove my worth. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody laugh. I'm my 100% self right now. And a lot of people are their 100% selves even out in public with people, which, hey, I tip my hat to you. But for me, and this is something I've even talked to my therapist about in therapy, is I feel the need to make you laugh. I feel the need to fill the silence. I think I said feel. I meant fill. Fill the silence. Or be a person that you can come and talk to. Or whatever. Be that ease in your life. Try to make something make sense for you, even when I don't know the answer. Just try to be whatever that person needs to be. And I gotta say, it's exhausting. It's a very exhausting thing to do. Actually, in my notes, believe it or not, I actually went and did some research on this one. Because I thought, this has actually got to be something a very valid point that I know a lot of people got to be doing. So, this is from onevibrantlife.com, and the title is Being Yourself, Stop pretending to be someone you're not. And it goes on to just say pretty much, pretending to be someone you're not is most often a response to an overwhelming feeling of insecurity with letting people see who you truly are. It's an attempt at overcoming what is misguided thinking that the real you is somehow not worthy. When in fact, you are unique and no one else can be who you are. And that alone is why you're so unique in this world. Now, this can look like in many ways. I mean, this could be you pretending to be like those around you so you can just fit in, you know, making sure that you're conforming to the expectations of others by pretending to be or like something. Pretending we like our job to other people even when we don't. You know, hiding our mistakes or weaknesses and pretending to be perfect. I mean, these are really, I mean, these are crazy. I mean, acting like we don't feel anger, resentment, hostility, sadness, or regret. Concealing our sadness or disappointment that we've given up on ourselves or our dreams. I mean, someone out there's got to be feeling what I'm saying on one of those. Because I can't even feel when I can name different moments, with so many different moments, where I've been in a place where I'm angry, I'm upset, but I'm acting like I'm the happiest person in the room. I'm in a group of people that, you know, one person I may not like and they're saying something to me that's really upsetting me, but, you know, instead of just walking away, just laugh it off, or instead of getting upset, just, haha, yeah, you know what I mean? I definitely feel one is definitely just making yourself to be like the ones around you to feel comfortable. Because I will say, growing up, I definitely feel like the real me people would not like at all. Like, I'm such a chill, relaxed dude when I'm at home. I just think about anything and everything. Like I've said multiple times in this podcast, like, I chill, and when I'm with my family is way different than how I am with my friends. When I'm with my family, I'm probably the most chill, reserved, antisocial person you'll ever meet. I mean, honestly, I give the cold shoulder to a lot of people in my family that probably makes them not want to come up to me. I mean, I'm just being honest. But, and that used to be different when I was younger. That used to be different. It used to be, you know, I'd go around to everybody, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's this? What's that? Blah, blah, blah. You know, how's this going? How's that going? But it was all in my head. And don't get me wrong, I love these people. Like, I love my family. Did I mean it? No. And I think this is something that, this is kind of like one of those ugly truths that no one really wants to admit to. You ask these questions to people that you haven't seen in years, and it's kind of like the respectable thing to do. Do I care? Yes, I want to make sure you're doing good. I want to make sure you're happy and everything's well. Do I really want to sit there for 30 minutes just talking about John Doe and the new dog they got? I mean, I can't lie. No, I don't. I don't want to do that. You know? Or, I mean, this could even look as, you know, something you may not be comfortable, but with that your friends are, that they kind of made you want to do. And I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying this. I mean, that's what that could look like. Like, you could have never been a smoker or a drinker, and that's like when you're at home, like, no, that's something you never do. But when you're with your friends, you're like, well, they're doing it, so I should do it, you know, or I'm not gonna look cool, blah blah blah. Peer pressure could come into that, right? Which, like I said, I mean, that really doesn't come from my perspective. I've never I've been lucky to never really been the had peer pressure friends where they've been like, do this, do this, do this. It was always just like, you want to, you can. We're not gonna slam you for it. It's one of those things. Um, but it's exhausting, especially when you realize that you're pretending to be someone you're not. Like when you're actually like sitting there at like family functions or at a party or whatever at work, and you're like, dude, why did I just say that? Or why did I do that? Like why am I doing this? And this isn't me at all. Because the thing I heard was once you open your mouth, you're letting the world know who you are. I guarantee you, from the fact of me acting to be someone I'm not, a lot of people have a lot of bad misconceptions about me because of the things I've said around them. That necessarily I don't even mean. I say it as a joke. Hopefully, they'll laugh at it and then it just comes off way wrong. My jokes are 50-50 all the time. There's no like 90-10. They're most likely going to laugh. Like, I do not do the safe jokes. I do the jokes that either are going to make people laugh hysterically or going to make people walk away from me in utter disgust. It's one of those. And like I said, I have a lot of people have a lot of bad misconceptions of me. Which, to those people, I'm sorry to. To those people, I mean, I was a dick for a really long time. I'm not gonna lie. I was a dick for a good minute, you know. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I still have my dick moments. I still have moments where I'm just like, I'm still gonna say this joke, and we'll see what happens. And that is something I am trying to work out of, you know, to sit there and actually think before I speak, which truly in the past year I think I've progressed so much with. But I still have my moments. And I gotta say, like, she loves it when I point her out, but that comes from my girlfriend. That progression. The progression of let's watch what we say, because how could that affect someone else? And something I got from my grandmother was, how can you make someone's day better? And my way has always been make them laugh. So that's what I've always resorted to. Now, traditionally, I'm not going to sit here on my high horse and say that I'm a funny guy. But, you know, pat myself on the back, I think I got a few nice jokes here and there. I'm just saying. But I've always seen it as be the funny kid. Be the kid that people can come to and get a laugh out of. I do that. I try to be that person even in moments where I don't want to be that person. I want to sit there in silence and not say a word to anybody, just do what I'm doing. Great example of this, and this is going to get real dark real quick. My mother's funeral. Great thing here. I was popping jokes at my mom's funeral simply just because I didn't want people to be sad. Where I was one of the most saddest people in the room. I was going around trying to, hang out with other people, talk, blah, blah, blah. Even though I was one of the most depressed people in the room. That's me pretending to be someone I'm not. That day especially, I wanted to sit in the corner and not say a word to anybody. Every person that walked up to me at that funeral, I wanted to be like, get away from me. Shut up. Get away from me. Shut up. Get away from me. That's just not reality in that sort of case. You can't just be like, shut up, get away from me. I mean, you can, especially in that moment. I feel like people would definitely realize, like, yo, I just lost my mother. Like, he's probably not doing so well. But again, just pretending to be someone you're not. Going to a new school and necessarily not trying to be that weird kid that sits in the back of the class, but maybe makes a joke at a teacher or at a person, hopefully, that someone can jump in on and be like, man, like, this is a cool guy, this is a cool man, but at the downfall of someone else's happiness. You see what I'm saying? Pretending to be someone you're not. You're pretending to be someone that is a funny guy at the expense of someone else's happiness in that moment. I'm the type of person, you make fun of me, I think about that for a week. I ain't gonna lie. I still think about that in a month from now. Not like every day, but like I look at you, I'm like, that guy, that person, that girl said this about me like a week ago. Like, what was that even about? I am working hard to be that person that can supply good energy to other people, but not at the expense of wasting my own energy. Finding that place in the world to do that is hard. Especially when you are so used to wasting your energy so you can make other people happy, or just to fit in, or whatever fits to your perspective. I want to say to every person that's listening to this, especially to the people that I know are listening to this for sure, that I know personally, you are amazing. I'm 100% sure that there is one person in this world that's just like you, and that's you. You are so unique, so beautiful, and so amazing. 8 billion people in this world, and God only made one you. Think about that. There was only one you in this whole entire world. You are amazing. You are perfect in every way. And I believe that with everything in me. You do not have to conform to any of the social cues that are around you. Being your 100% natural self is the way it was intended to be. That's how you're supposed to be. And I bet you, if you're 100% you all the time, your energy level will raise to high levels. I want everyone to know out there that if I've hurt you in any way, I am sorry. I'm working on to be the best me, for me. That takes sacrifices. That takes a lot of apologies. And honestly, like I said, it takes time. I'm not perfect. But I know my natural self is the most perfect way to be. For me. And I believe that with everything in me. Now that was the main topic of today. Now moving on to some other business. So just a little update on what's going on in my life. What's new? What's new in the hood? Trying to save more money, which is hard. When you love to eat out a lot, and when you love going to the movies, and so many good movies are coming out. A lot of Call of Duty, a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of taking notes for this podcast. Which, just to go back even a little bit, to even prove to you guys even just a little, I think I got some good topics coming up in my opinion. I got some good things. And with this all being said, like, I don't know. I truly believe, like, this helps me a lot. The relief I get when I finally hit, done with the recording, and that's all just off my chest, it feels good. It does. It really does. It feels nice. And I'm happy to be doing this. And I'm happy with the feedback. I know I keep talking about that, but, like, it means a lot. Like, it really does. And I was talking to someone at work yesterday about this, and it was, she was telling me, like, oh, like, someone really likes it, blah, 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 like, da-da-da, and I was like, they just felt, like, nervous coming up to you and saying that, and I was like, yeah, like, I really cave or get bashful when, like, someone compliments something I'm doing, or even like a simple good job at work, like, I'm just like, oh, like, thanks, and they go, which is crazy because you have a podcast about yourself, but you don't like talking about yourself. I was like, well, I don't like talking about myself in public. I like talking to myself on here, which is nice. What else is new? This past weekend, we had a little family get together at church, and I gotta say, like, I like the idea. I like the idea of my whole family getting together. Me being who I am, though, and like I said, I'm not perfect in no what way. And I have a lot of things to still get past in my life, a lot of things to come to peace with about everything, and that's not even because that's family's fault, that's friends' fault. That's just me simply just needing to move on. And I'm realizing more and more as life goes on, and this really does help me, realize things that I may have forgotten about, blah, blah, blah. And I simply would recommend to so many people, you don't even have to put it out there. Sit down, press record, and just listen. Just listen to whatever you have to say. Just start talking. Obviously, listen after you've talked on the recording for a while. But sit there, go to a silent place, go sit in your car somewhere or whatever you got to do, and just talk your mind off. Talk whatever you want to talk about. Talk what happened this week. Talk about what's on your mind lately. Talk about the stuff you haven't healed from. Talk about whatever. One, it's going to feel so relieving once you're done to just get it off. And then to just that moment in life where you're 4 or 5 months ahead since you recorded that, and you can look back and be like, dang, like, I've really grown a lot. It feels good. It feels good. Like, when I look back at the introduction episode, which, I mean, that episode's just something. That was just me trying to put my foot in the door. I'd like to think that I've grown since then. I'd like to think that I've definitely grown, and I feel a lot better. But we are kind of wrapping up on this. I think my schedule now is I'm going to be uploading on Wednesdays, so look forward to every Wednesday. Please follow on Spotify for me, if you could. Give me them Spotify followers up. Be there for every week on Wednesday. And once again, just please keep sending the feedback. If you like something, if you think, hey, maybe we should add this, or maybe we should try this, or whatever. I love feedback. I'm not a type of person that shuts it down. I'll sit there and I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Or simply, if you want to just talk to someone, I'm here. That goes for anybody. I don't care if we haven't talked in years. If you simply just want to call me on the phone or get lunch or whatever, you just need someone to talk to, I'm here. We all need a person to talk to. And I will, if you want advice, I'll give you the best advice I think I can think of. Or if you just want someone to listen, just give me a shout. Now, here's my weekly, not daily, my weekly little bit of sermon. God loves you. Whatever he, she, whatever it may be to you, for me in my eyes, and from what I've been taught, God loves you. God only made one of you, and you are perfect. He knows how many hairs are on your head. He knows everything about you. So God is always someone you can talk to. At least that's what it's always been for me. And I get a lot of clarity when I go to God and talk to him. You are amazing. And your 100% self is the best you. And I bet you, you give your natural self to the people around you, you'll feel so much better. You don't have to put on that mask. You don't have to be someone you're not. I love you. And I hope you guys have a great week, great weekend. Be safe out there. Until next Wednesday. Have a good one, guys.